Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Friday Night Football at Smiths Station on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Mike Peacock here with you, along with Paxton Holloway, our producer Tyler Dykes. We are bringing you live action again this week from TC Britton Field and Panther Stadium in Smiths Station as the Panthers are hosting the Tigers of Auburn High School in a 7A region matchup. Smiths Station comes in with a record of 2-5 overall, 1-3 in region play, while Auburn comes in with opposite numbers, 5-2 overall and 3-1 in region competition. We're just about ready for kickoff. The band is clearing the field. The teams have run out and are on their respective sidelines, and Auburn High will be kicking off. And the specialist for Auburn is number 39, Joseph Daniels. And Paxton, another tall task for Smiths Station tonight against a very good Auburn High team. But Smiths Station much improved over the last couple of years under first-year head coach Blair Harrison. And they're looking to maybe turn some heads tonight here in Smiths Station.
Yeah, and this one has all the makings of an upset. I mean, Auburn just 1-1 on the road, so there's a chance. Auburn, though, it's a monster for Smiths Station, ranked number 9 in the state of Alabama. So this is going to be a tough test for the Panthers.
So the kick is going to go into the end zone, and Smiths Station will start at the 20-yard line. And folks, like to remind you, this first period of play tonight brought to you and sponsored by Carol Purdue, your local State Farm agent, Phoenix City, Alabama. She has been with Georgia Alabama Sports Live from the very beginning. Give her a call today. She's the biggest State Farm agent in East Alabama that has customers on both sides of the river. So give Carol Purdue and her office staff, her great office staff, a call for your insurance needs. Smiths Station will start at the 20-yard line. Cohen Thomas will run the offense as usual from his quarterback spot. And a huge game last week from Luke Sexton, the fullback. But a bevy of skill players for Smiths Station that could touch the football and will touch the football tonight. The shift, motion, Trayvon Key with the carry, and he's got a good gain on first down out over the 25-yard line. Going around left end there on the give to the wing back. And they'll gain about 5 yards. Let's see where they put it down. Yep, they're going to give him exactly 5 yards to the 25.
And that was an incredible block there by lineman number 77, Nehemiah West, out there, opening up a hole for him to hit. So getting the few extra yards always is going to help you out.
So now they've got 2 backs in the backfield and just 1 wing to start this play. They'll go with that, and the toss, this is going to be Sexton. He's coming around right in. He's going to get across the 30 and get the first down. First carry of the night for Luke Sexton. And he's going to get about 6 yards. We'll call it 6 yards up to the 31-yard line. And it's 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Big crowd here tonight. Auburn travels well. Smiths Station always packs TC Britton Field. Thomas under center. Now the shift to the double wing. Key with the handoff again, and another nice gain. He's going to get about 4 this time up to the 35-yard line. So Paxton, again, they take advantage of these wings who have really good speed. And when they find a play that works, they're going to go back to it often.
Yeah, you're right, Mike. And I was just about to say that's 3 just end arounds, 2 to Key, 1 to Sexton so far. But, I mean, like you just said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So definitely watch for him to keep on calling that same play.
So, again, 2 backs in the backfield, 1 wing back this time. Thomas looking to throw, and he completes it. And that is Jeremiah Owens on the reception. That's a first down up to the 45, and that's something, Paxton, you don't see very often a game for Smiths Station, and that is putting the ball in the air.
Yeah, Smiths Station, a very run-heavy offense. Not a whole lot of yards through the air, but Cohen showing that he can do it and that he's got that in his arsenal. And quite honestly, Smiths Station is going to need everything to be able to topple this impressive Auburn Tigers team.
Absolutely. So already 3 first downs for the Panther offense and a nice little drive going. They're up to the 45. 1st and 10. No shift that time. Here's a straight give to Key. He's across midfield into Auburn territory and is going to get down to about the 47-yard line. Let's see what progress he's given. They're going to put it, they're going to put it at the 47-yard line. That's going to be an 8-yard gain on 1st down. So the running game of Smiths Station opened up a little passing lane on one play, and they are doing well here already in positive territory on their first drive.
They are, and what I'm loving seeing so far is the work from the big boys up front, getting these blocks to allow these runners to get yards. That right there was Eli Stonebreaker, the tight end there, on an incredible block, but just a lot of credit to those boys up front.
Thomas, the snap. He's going to give it around in. This time it is Jeremiah Black who's going to be on the carry around the left side. Almost the same play they ran to Trayvon Key a couple of times. And another good gain and a 1st down to the 43-yard line of Auburn. And 4 first downs already for the Smiths Station offense. They're quickly, as quickly as they can, break the huddle. They are definitely a more traditional offense. They huddle almost after every play and run this wing T offense. The shift now. Black in motion. Thomas, and he's going to be smothered under. A blitz there off the left edge, and I believe that was number 25 for Auburn, Caleb Hicks. Or maybe, let's see, maybe Alex Gamston. Both of them are listed as linebackers. They both wear number 25, so forgive us, folks, if we don't know which one that was. Let me look on the depth chart and see if I can find. That's going to be Alex Gamston on that play. He is listed as one of the primaries in the starting lineup. So Gamston with the sack and all the way back to the 49-yard line of Smiths Station. The give. Owens around right in, and he's going to get a yard. He made a cut trying to get to the outside and probably lost a yard or two by making that cut and was dragged down. So it's going to be 3rd now and looks like about 19 yards.
Yeah, and that was just an incredible open field tackle there by Alex Burnside. I mean, that's textbook. That's what you want to see out of your defensive end, or DB rather, is just going, wrapping them up, and making sure you finish that tackle. Nothing pretty, just textbook.
Even front for the Auburn defense. The give, Trayvon Key, he's across midfield, back into Auburn territory, keeps his feet moving and gets down to the 40-yard line of the Tigers. It's going to be 4th down. And let's see what Blair Harrison decides to do here. Is he going to keep his offense on the field? 4th down and about 8 yards to go. And it looks like the punt team is going to come out.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with this decision whatsoever. Try to pin this Tigers offense deep because this is a very high-powered offense. So the more field that you give them, the more chance that they're going to go and score a touchdown. So this right here is just, playing the game, making them earn it.
If the stats I looked at were accurate, the Auburn offense averages about 302 yards a game. Kick toward the corner down there. He's going to try to pin him. Let's see. And this ball's going to get a bounce, and it's going to go into the end zone. He almost killed it, but there is a flag on the play. Let's hold it right here before we go to break. Let's see what this flag is about. I don't believe it's going to affect the possession. Interference on Auburn. Okay. So is that going to be at the end of the run? Let's see what the officials do here before. They're going to back them up from the spot of the foul. And so we'll keep it here. And actually, and now Blair Harrison is running down the sidelines. He's like, wait, guys. We're going to decline this penalty because it'll put them back at the 20-yard line. Actually, no. They're going to mark it and put them back at the 9-yard. I was going to say, I don't think that should have been a spot foul on that, because that would have given them better field position than taking it at the 20-yard line. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, later in this game, we will name the Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game. And the high throw, the first throw of the night for Auburn quarterback Kason Myers, is well over the head of his intended receiver, which was Josh Askew out in the left flat, and it'll be 2nd down 10 for the Tigers. They are at their own 9-yard line as the penalty pins them back. Looking to throw. Finds his receiver at the 20. It is complete. That is number 5, Antonio Welch, on the catch. That was a little bit behind him too, Paxton, and he did a nice job of going to the ground and making that catch and securing it for the first down.
Yeah, and that's the big thing is when you got a low throw like that, it's very important that you get your hands under you and make sure that the ground has no interference with that catch.
Back to throw again, this time to Askew. Askew catches it, and he's going to be dragged down at about the 27, maybe the 28-yard line. Let's see where they put it down. It is going to be at the 28. That's a gain of 8. It's going to be 2nd down and 2 for the Tigers, and they are moving quickly. No huddle. And they've got an experienced leader in quarterback Kason Myers. He takes the snap, looking to throw again, out in the right flat this time. Gets it over to, that is B.J. Collins. How interesting is that, Paxton? They've got 2 kids wearing number 1, and both of them's first name is B.J.
I was looking at that earlier, kind of was crazy. But Auburn, what I was wanting to point out is they do have a tandem wide receiver duo.
Myers throwing again. This time he finds B.J. Collins, and that'll be good for, I believe, let's see, about 7 yards, maybe 8, maybe 9. Let's call it 9 yards. They are at their own 43-yard line. And moving quickly. 3 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right, no backs in the backfield, and now they're going to change the play. Everybody's looking at their wristbands to get the call from the sidelines. Now we've got 1 back in the backfield, twin receivers to each side. Myers back to pass again. They have not run a running play. Goes a shot downfield, incomplete. Ball just to the back shoulder of B.J. Collins again, and he was not able to get his body turned, but he had a step on the defender.
And seeing these targets early on to B.J. Collins is really surprising to me because, as I was saying just a second ago, they have a very impressive wide receiver duo in Askew and Antonio Welch. 10 touchdowns combined so far in the season.
Myers looks, throws it to Askew out in the left flat. He gets loose into the secondary, but there's a flag behind the play. That's going to be something holding or some kind of illegal block on one of the other wide receivers there, and this one's going to come back. Also, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, at halftime, as some of the games around our area that started at 7:30 will be going to halftime pretty soon. At halftime, we will have the Halftime Update Show with Richard Holdridge, brought to you by the Beck Center. We've got 6 games going on tonight. Is that right, Tyler? 6 games going on. The big one across the river in Americus, Georgia. Georgia Alabama Sports Live on the road tonight in Americus for the Sumter County and Carver big matchup in Georgia 2A. So Auburn backed up. It's going to be 3rd down and about 7. They are at the 37-yard line, their own 37-yard line. Myers takes the snap. He's back to throw again. He looks. He finds a man deep, Askew, and has that one knocked away. Well defended by that one. Took a little while for that to develop. Javaris Hill, the sophomore defensive back, goes up and knocks that one away. And that's going to bring up 4th down, and Auburn will punt. And I'll tell you what, Paxton, I was watching the punter, who is also the place kicker, Joseph Daniels. I was watching him punt in warm-ups, and he was hitting some moon balls and perfect spiral. Let's see what he gets off here. Back deep for the Panthers, I believe, and that was almost blocked. And he's going to go down. That is Hunter Whale, who catches that punt, goes to the ground immediately. Kind of a dangerous catch there. He caught it down around his shoe tops. But that's going to put Smiths Station in business at the 34-yard line. So both teams with some adversity on their first drive. Auburn with a costly penalty and Smiths Station with a costly sack on their opening drives that quelled their drives. But Smiths Station has it back, and they're in pretty good field position at their own 34-yard line.
And they were stringing together a few plays, getting some first downs. Last drive just came to a kind of abrupt end there for the Panthers, but definitely looking to put some points, draw first blood here in this game.
The give, Sexton up the middle. And Paxton, that was the play last week that Smiths Station hit a number of times in the game. The fullback give. Luke Sexton had some big runs off that play last week. Auburn did a pretty good job bottling that up, but they still gained almost 5 yards. We'll call it 4 yards. That'll be 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, and Sexton is just – that is their offense there. You know, according to Max Preps, averaging just over 90 rushing yards a game on the ground. So if he's able to do that against this defense, Smiths Station could be shaking some things up.
The give, Trayvon Key off the right side. He's going to gain a couple. Looks like he's going to get up to the 35-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd and about 4. 2-0 or 7-0? 2-0 Carver in the battle down in Americus, Georgia. So Carver gets a safety, and they take the early 2-0 lead. No, that is not a baseball score. That is a football score. So 3rd down, and we'll call it, I'm going to call it 4. I think the PA announcer said 3rd and 5. I'm going to call this 3rd and 4 for the Panthers. The give, Trayvon Key, left in. He cuts up field. He's going to get the first down. He spins off another tackler, stays on his feet, gets up close to the 45-yard line. I think they're going to mark him at the 44. First down for the Panthers, and a big one there for Smiths Station. 3rd down conversion, Paxton.
Yeah, and he was able to break a bunch of tackles there. Ultimately was taken down there by Elijah Scott. He was on the ground, though. He just kind of wrapped up his ankle and made him trip up. But Key is just showing some absolute grit so far tonight here in this first quarter. And between him and Sexton, the Panthers, they're moving the ball.
Key is absolutely a tremendous athlete. Got great size and speed. Cohen, the snap, gives it to Owens now. Almost the same play around the left side. He's going to be met hard over there as Isaac Benford, number 4 for the Tigers, finished off the tackle there coming from his safety position. And that's going to be a gain of 3 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 7.
And he just channeled his inner Cam Scattaboo, ran over Barber there on the D-line. So Panthers are really playing with some heart right now, Mike, and it's really good to see because a lot of people were coming in here with expectations that Auburn was just going to have their way with this Panthers team, but Smiths Station showing, hey, we ain't going down without a fight.
Well, they've played hard in every contest and really made drastic improvement. There's Luke Sexton. There's that play, and there's the big gain for the Panthers. And now a player down for Auburn back at the 45-yard line, but a first down well into Auburn territory for Smiths Station, all the way down to the 37-yard line of the Tigers and the player who's down. Let's take a break real quick. A Houston Clinic injury timeout here at TC Britton Field. We'll be back in a moment on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
And we're back, TC Britton Field, Panther Stadium. Alex Gamston was the injured player. Coach Etheridge from Auburn was not happy. He thought it was an illegal block, I believe. Owens with the carry again, and he's going to be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. A host of Auburn tacklers grab him, and that's going to be a no-gain play. That's a good job, and Auburn's got another player down this time, but he was kind of on the bottom of that pile. And we'll take another quick injury timeout on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We'll be back in a moment here in Smiths Station.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite, obey your thirst.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
What's up, everyone? Thrift Behringer here, and I am with Terry Johnson and Terry Johnson Agency, one of the first sponsors I ever had when I started this endeavor over 4 years ago when I was doing it off my phone. I want to say thank you so much for believing in our vision of being able to serve the community, shine a light on all these athletes, all these programs. And Terry Johnson Agency, they've been serving the community for over 40 years. Home, auto, life, church. Terry Johnson's been helping my family and me specifically. He's my insurance agent. I want to say thank you so much for your support.
Thank you, Thrift, and I appreciate the opportunity that you gave me 4 years ago to come on board and to be an initial sponsor with you. And it's just been a good association with you and a pleasure to work with you, and look forward to a long association even further down the road.
No doubt about it. Again, serving the community for many years. You need a quote today, give them a call. Jeremy Crosby, his daughter Brooke, and of course, Mr. Terry. They're going to make you feel at home. They're going to take care of you. He's my insurance agent. It's Terry Johnson Agency, big supporter of Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Back at Smiths Station, Cordero Mitchell was the injured player.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite, obey your thirst.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Second down and 10. They are at the Auburn 37-yard line. And both offenses have had some success, but they also met with some adversity on their possessions. Smiths Station driving again here in the beginning of the second quarter. There's a straight bid. That's Jeremiah Black straight ahead from the halfback position. Out of the C formation, he's going to gain 5 yards. Ball 3rd and 5 for Andrew. A long 4 yards, I believe, here on 3rd down. I think you're right here. It said that it's 3rd and 5, but looking at the chain, it looks more like 3rd, 4, 3rd, 4.5. But yeah. Clock running. Smiths Station driving. Shift. Black going to get the carry around the right side. He was bobbling the football. It's on the ground loose. Auburn has it. He never had possession of that, Paxton. He lost it sometime after the handoff and never had possession, and Auburn jumps on it, I believe. Who got that recovery?
That was Graham Forthofer is what his name is. He was able to get the heads-up play and just jump right on top of it. So great job by Auburn.
We're going to take a quick break here in Smiths Station. We'll be back in a moment on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new.
Back at Smiths Station, Auburn on the field. They've yet to run a running play. Doesn't look like they're going to here either. Pass over the middle, complete. And still running on his feet is the receiver, Antonio Welch. And Welch is going to get well into Smiths Station territory to the 41-yard line. A big gain on 1st down for the Tigers. It'll be 1st and 10 and plus territory. And a big play there, Paxton, for Auburn.
Yeah, and that fumble, that turnover already coming back to haunt Smiths Station. They were doing a great job bleeding the clock, but now Auburn well into Smiths Station territory, driving.
No backs again in the backfield. The pass out in the left side immediately hit and going down. That's going to be a gain of about 4 yards on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's Javarius Hill again with another open field tackle. He's just been, defending incredibly, going up against his one-on-one matchups.
Kason Myers back to throw again. Looks, finds his receiver on the sideline. Once again, one of his favorite targets, Cash Reef there, with the catch on the sideline, knocked out of bounds, but a 1st down, and they are at the the 27-yard line of the Panthers here. One back in the backfield this time. 2 receivers each way. Myers back to throw again, throws over on the right side, complete. And that's one of his favorite targets, Joshua Askew over there, and that's going to be another 1st down, I believe. Yes, it is. And Paxton, we've got our first red zone trip of the night as Auburn enters the red zone at the 15-yard line.
We do, and that was a beautiful back shoulder pass there by Kason Myers.
Myers throwing again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Immediately a good tackle by Smiths Station's Aiden Van. And a short gain there. Maybe only, let's see where they put this down.
There is a flag down.
There is a flag on the opposite side. It is going to go against Auburn. That's an ineligible downfield. Somebody was covered up and got downfield. And so that's going to come back. So wipe that one off the books. It'll be a 5-yard penalty back to the 20-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 15 for the Tigers. Interesting to me still, Paxton, that Auburn has not yet run a running play. Every offensive play has been a throw.
Yeah, that is interesting, but also when you got a quarterback that can spin the rock like Kason Myers, I can definitely understand not wanting to call a pass play and just letting him cook with the ball in his hands.
Absolutely. Spread formation again, no backs in the backfield. Man in motion. Myers looks, finds his guy over the middle, inside the 5, touchdown. And that is Antonio Welch with the catch and a nifty little move about the 2-yard line to get himself in the end zone untouched. And Auburn is on the board first, taking advantage, scoring directly off the turnover. And on for the extra point is Joseph Daniels. And the holder is Cooper Bailey. The snapper on the special teams for Auburn is Oliver Daniel. The snap and the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 9:57 left in the second quarter of play, Auburn somebody finally scratches some points on the board here in Smiths Station. It is 7-0 Tigers. And we'll be back in a moment on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
Houlihan serves fresh, handcrafted dishes made just the way you like them. Juicy burgers, sizzling steaks, crisp salads, and shareable appetizers set the table for every appetite. Relax with friends, celebrate special moments, or enjoy a casual night out. Houlihan's delivers great food, great drinks, and great times, with 2 locations in Columbus, downtown at the Marriott Hotel and on Sidney Simons Boulevard at the Doubletree Hotel.
Yard line. They've had a lot of success, and here is Owens on the carry, and he's carrying tacklers with him, still on his feet, across the 30, up to the 35-yard line. What a run by Jeremiah Owens. Owens is just a freshman, Paxton, and he had just about 6 or 7 guys just carrying him with him there.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of Caden Proctor there in the Georgia game. I mean, just carrying dudes with him. That was very impressive there by the freshman.
A strong run for 15 yards on first down, gets him gets him another first down up to the 35-yard line. Excellent run, and that's a potential Houlihan's highlight of the week right there. We'll point those plays out as we go along here tonight. The give to Owens again. This time he's going to get tripped up as he crosses the 35. He's going to get about a yard here. Auburn did a good job that time of stringing that play out and bringing him down after a 1-yard gain. So 2nd and 9 now from the Smiths Station 36-yard line.
Yeah, and Aiden Parker did a great job there. Just getting a hand up, almost clotheslining him there, but doing whatever he had to do. And it was legal, completely legal, but doing whatever he's got to do to get him down.
So 2nd and 9 for the Panthers. They have had a good bit of success running the football tonight against this Auburn defense. The give, and that's Trayvon Key. He can't get loose, and they're going to get him down for a loss. And, boy, I tell you, I like the way, being a former coach, Paxton, I like the way the Auburn defense swarms to the football.
Yeah, and just credit number 46 there. That was Micah Bowerstock. He held on until he could get some backup to come to the backfield and finish off the tackle. That was just an incredible assist there, and all credit to him, because without him, who knows what would have just happened. That probably would have been about 2 or 3 yards, but instead, that's a negative play.
Yep, 4-yard loss there in total. And Smiths Station faced now with 3rd and 13 from the 32-yard line. They've converted a couple of third and long plays already. Let's see what happens here. The give, that is Luke Sexton up the middle, gets a good gain up across the 35, up near the 37, 38 yard line, but not going to be enough here. And it'll be 4th down, and on comes the punt unit.
And Smiths Station was trying to give him the old Philly shove, but still needed quite a bit. But again, that happened all because of that negative play, that great effort by the Auburn defense.
So Hunter Whale on to punt for Smiths Station. The ball sits at the 38-yard line. Whale gets the snap, and he tries to keep it away and gets a running kick, a really good bounce that's going to go out of bounds or almost out of bounds. It looks like at the 17-yard line. So that's going to be a 45-yard kick. And we'll take a break real quick on the change of possession. We'll be back in just a moment on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy.
And we're back at Smiths Station. That was incomplete. It was a really good throw. Little bit in front of the receiver, Cash Reef, but incomplete nonetheless. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Tigers. They are at their own 17-yard line after a really good punt by Hunter Whale. And they are back on the field, and they have yet to run a running play in this football game. And they're not going to do it here. Quick pass. That is out to Askew, and Askew is loose, and he's going to get all the way up across the 40-yard line to the 41-yard line. So a 24-yard gain for Auburn, and a first down with a lot of breathing room now from their 17 all the way up to the 41.
And that's just breakaway speed there by Askew.
Auburn now will check their wristbands. They get a new play from the sideline. They're going to shift their formation. 2 receivers each way, 1 back in the backfield. Back to pass again. And the ball's knocked loose. It's on the ground. Smiths Station is on top of it. And the Panthers have it, but there is a flag deep in the backfield. Let's see if this goes against Smiths Station here.
As of right now, it's a fumble recovery by Mikael Bonner.
Let's see if it's nullified by the flag in the defensive backfield. That's in the area of defensive holding, Paxton. Let's see what the call is. Holding on the defense, and that is going to nullify a huge play for the Panthers. Defensive holding on one of the receivers, and that's going to cost them the turnover. Great job by the Smiths Station defense that time, knocking the ball loose from the quarterback, Kason Myers, and falling on it was big number 78, Mikael Bonner, who had a big week last week as well. But defensive holding puts Auburn in plus territory at the 49-yard line.
Yep, that's a turnover to 15 yards for the offense, so you just can't have that.
And a pass out in the flat, and a good tackle over there. Nice open field tackle. And that is Trayvon Key on the defensive side this time. We've seen him on offense, but a huge tackle on the big tight end H-back for Auburn, Jordan Hampton. And Key says, "You're not going anywhere, big guy." And that's a loss of 3 yards back to the 48 of Auburn. Myers in the backfield by himself again. He scrambles, good pressure, and he completes the pass downfield. And there's going to be holding, and I saw it. I was wondering if the flag was going to come out, Paxton. I'm sure you saw it as well.
I did.
But that one's going to come back. That one's not going to count.
Usually when the quarterback has that much time in the backfield, you're going to have a hold somewhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, halftime means highlights. Don't miss the halftime update show with Richard Holdridge, presented by the Beck Center, coming up at halftime, which is 5 minutes and 26 seconds away here from this game in Smiths Station. Of course, some of the games around the area are already going to halftime. We got 5:26 left in this quarter, and Auburn is backed up now to their 38-yard line, and it's going to be second and about, good gracious, Paxton.
A mile?
Yeah, it's going to be second and Love's truck stop for Smiths Station. Pass out in the flat, little screen, and knocked down. That's going to gain up to the 50-yard line, right at the midfield stripe. That one was complete to B.J. Collins. And they're going to have it at the 49. It's going to be third now, and we'll call it 12 yards. 3rd and 12 here, so a big play for the Smiths Station defense. 3 receivers to left, 2 receivers right. No backs in the backfield. Myers back to pass again. And he and his receiver were not on the same page there. He threw it to a spot, and his receiver went out. He was supposed to go in, and it's going to be 4th down. So Smiths Station gets a stop here. And let's see what Daniels does here on this punt. He's going to try to pin the Panthers deep if he can. And we've got a stoppage. Let's see. Is this a timeout? I believe it is. We'll take it with them. It is 7-0 Auburn, 4:52 left in the first half. We'll be back in a moment on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Hello, everybody. This is DJ Jones with the Sports Visions Morning Show for the best in local, regional, and national sports news. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
You can find the Sports Visions Morning Show on Facebook, YouTube. Also, you can listen to us on Apple and Spotify by typing in the Sports Visions Morning Show and download the.
Back at Smiths Station, Daniels. The kick is off. It's a high, booming kick, and it hits an Auburn player at about the 17, 18-yard line. Did not hit a Smiths Station player. That hit an Auburn player. And it's going to be downed dead at the, let's see, where are they going to put it down? Right around the 25-yard line for the Panthers. 4:41 left in this first half. So, Paxton, I kind of figured Daniels might try to get off a boomer there and pin him deep, but he punted that one high.
Yeah, that was
had a lot of hang time.
Yeah, that was a sky kick for sure.
But it was a relatively short kick, and Smiths Station with not as bad a field position as they probably thought they might have. The give, that's going to be key, I believe. He looked like he almost fumbled the football there again, Paxton.
It did just hit the ground, but luckily it bounced right back into his hands. So they avoided catastrophe there, but just narrowly.
No gain there on that play. 2nd down and 10. A good job by the Auburn defense. So that was a little double fake play there with the wingbacks. They faked to one, handed to the other on some misdirection, and Auburn read it well, and we're waiting on it. And it's 2nd and 10. Single receiver to the left. The T formation, now the shift into the double wing. And that was almost a nice play right there, as Cohen Thomas had to get rid of that one a little quicker than he wanted to, Paxton, because he had a lot of pressure coming from his backside, and he had to deliver that ball a little faster, and Jeremiah Owens just wasn't finished with his route yet to get to the spot.
Yeah, and, that's a very odd Smith Station pass play there. It seems like we're on two sides of the spectrum here with Auburn and the Smith Station offense. Smith Station very run-heavy. Auburn hadn't run the ball
Auburn
yet.
has not run a running play yet. The closest they've come to a running play was a scramble by the quarterback, and he threw it before he crossed the line of scrimmage, so it was still a pass play. So 3rd and long here for Smith Station. The give, Sexton is going to be smothered, and that trap play or dive play there just did not work, and it's going to lose a couple. We'll call it a loss of 3 yards on that play. It's going to be 4th and 13, and the punting unit back on for the Panthers. So a good job by the Auburn defense.
Yeah, this Auburn defense has really started to catch on to the Smith Station eye candy that the offense is offering them. So, it's something that Auburn's doing very well, but Smith Station's got to figure something out on offense.
Absolutely. We'll take a quick break on the change of possession. We'll be back in a moment at Smith Station on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hello, everybody. This is DJ Jones with the Sports Visions Morning Show for the best in local, regional, and national sports news. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
You can find the Sports Visions Morning Show on Facebook, YouTube. Also, you can listen to us on Apple and Spotify by typing in the Sports Visions Morning Show, and download the Sports Visions radio app right now in your app store today.
Sports Vision 92.1. We are your hometown sports guys.
Back here at Smith Station, TC Britton Field, 4th and 13 for Smith Station. Hunter Whale will be punting. The ball is sitting at the 22-yard line. And there's going to be a false start, and that's going to back them up a little bit more. Looked like Javaris Hill was on the end of the line of scrimmage over here, and he got a little bit of a quick start. And the false start will back them up 5, so this will put the ball at, I believe, the 17-yard line now. And Whale standing inside the 5 as he gets this snap, hoping his protectors do their job.
Yeah, he's hoping that he can just pin this ball somewhere across the 50-yard line here.
Gets that one off down the middle of the field. A good kick. It's going to take a Smith Station bounce, but it's going to be picked up at the 41-yard line. And now he's down the sideline and has his legs taken out, and here's a flag back at the 45-yard line, 46-yard line.
Yeah, that's a hold on number 7 there. I believe that's Logan Sirico.
And Cash Rafe, I believe, was the return man for Auburn there. He had a really good return, but it's going to lose a big chunk of that yardage on some kind of illegal block, I believe.
Yeah,
there are 2 flags, actually.
I believe it's the same one. Right there, number 7, he pretty much grabbed his guy in a hug and then started taking him down to the side. So.
He did have – it was 2 different fouls there.
Okay.
Because they declined the first one, which was up here at the Smith Station 45-yard line, and they're going to take the penalty from the spot of the Auburn 46, and they're going to back them up from there. It'll be a 10-yard penalty. It's called holding there. And so Auburn will start at the 36-yard line on this possession. 3:32 left in the half. Don't forget, folks, stick around for the halftime update show presented by the Beck Center with Richard Holdridge coming up here at halftime once we get there. Empty backfield again. Myers looks, throws, complete. And Askew makes the catch, almost got away again, Paxton. But he's going to be right up about 9 yards up to the 45-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, and between him and Antonio Welch tonight already, and B.J. Collins as well, this receiving core for Auburn has just been out of this world.
Myers, a pump. He looks down the sideline. He got a man. Oh, he dropped a dime there, but just a little bit out of the reach of Askew on the left sideline. And it's going to be 3rd down now and 1. So they took a shot on 2nd and short, Paxton, which is a smart idea, and almost came up with a big play.
They did, and I think they would have gotten it too, but it looks like at the line there, Askew just kind of stutter step to try to get his defender off his feet a little bit before taking off. If he had just gone straight, I think that would have been a touchdown all the way.
3 receivers right. Askew looks, ball batted down, and it's going to be 4th down. I believe that was Mikael Bonner that got his big hand up and batted that one away, so incomplete, and it's going to be 4th and 1, or 4th and 1.5, and Auburn's going to keep the offense out there. They're going to put a little heavier package in as Jordan Hampton comes back in, the tight end.
And are we finally going to see a run here, Mike?
Let's see. Hampton's going to come over here to this right side. And we are. A toss sweep and a first down. And that is going to be Jaden King on the carry for Auburn there. They're going to get across midfield into Smiths Station territory at the 49. 1st and 10. And we are down to 2:45 here in the second quarter. Myers. Back to pass. Looks out in the left flat. Oh, what a move. And finally brought down, is number 5, Antonio Welch. What a move Welch put on the defender there, Paxton. I think he's got to go get his ankles taped.
Yeah, I was about to say, it made him look like he was ice skating out there. Incredible move there by Antonio Welch. And that's why he's one of those 2 deadly receivers that Auburn's got.
Absolutely. So they are in business. It's a gain of 9 on the play, 2nd and 1 from the 40. Myers looks, quick throw out in the flat, complete, ducks one defender. Almost gets by the second, but gets down inside the 25 or right to the 25-yard line. And a first down for the Tigers. 1:58 with the clock stopped as they set the chains. So inside 2 minutes in this first half.
And we just saw yet another receiver get a catch there. That was Levi Kelly.
And again, and he tried to run before he caught that one. And that was Kelly again. He looked it in and then took his eyes off of it right as the ball arrived and was trying to figure out which way he was going to turn, and the ball just got away from him.
Yeah, and as a receiver, the most important thing that you've got to do is make sure you have the ball secured before you take off running, because too many times you get ahead of yourself and you end up dropping the ball.
That'll cost you some time on the jugs machine there. So trips to the left. Myers back to throw. Looks. Got a man. Oh, almost a great catch by Askew. Threw it behind him a little bit, and I think he did it on purpose, Paxton, because he was running toward a defender. And he laid it out there, tried to let Askew make a play, but he couldn't quite handle it. It's 3rd and 10 now for the Tigers. 1:44 remaining in the half. And this is definitely 4-down territory or possibly field goal territory. We'll see if they don't convert here. And timeout on the field. I believe that's going to be called, or is it a timeout? Oh, we've got an injury or we've got an equipment malfunction. We've got to get a player off the field. So Auburn gets a substitute in. So no timeout, just a brief stoppage. Single back in the backfield. Myers looks, got pressure, hit as he throws. He's going to get it complete, though. And down the sideline, somehow staying in bounds. No, he stepped out of bounds. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds inside the 5-yard line, marked at the 3. And the 2 officials are conversing with one another, and there is a flag back here at the 36-yard line. So let's see what this is.
I'm wondering if that could be roughing the passer.
It could be.
As, you know, he took a hit there.
The 2 officials down inside the 5-yard line. One official didn't think he stepped out of bounds. The other one did. The Auburn coaches are saying touchdown. And let's see, the flag is picked up. It is going to be, or would have been, against the Smiths Station defense. So I believe you were right, Paxton. I believe it was going to be roughing the passer. And they picked that up. And the ball is going to be spotted at the 2-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Tigers. So he just stepped out of bounds, but what a nice piece of footwork by Jaden King, the receiver on that play, to stay in bounds as long as he did.
I was about to say, he tightrope for about 8 yards there from the 10 all the way to the 2.
Myers, the snap, the running play, and into the end zone is the running back. That is going to be cross land. I'll get it right. Cross Land with the carry. He's actually a backup quarterback on the Auburn roster, but he gets the running play up the middle and into the end zone, and Auburn is up 13-0 now, and we have a minute and a half left in this first half. Daniels on for the kick. Snap. And the kick is good, and it's 14-0 Tigers here in the first half. A minute and a half to go. We'll come back here to Smiths Station in just a moment on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
At Planet Fitness, there's strength in numbers. The number of different workouts to do.
1, 2, 3.
Different clubs to do it in. Friends to do it with.
Looking good, everybody.
Here we are.
And the number of ways to recover from it all.
You got this. Come on.
And it all adds up to one membership. The Planet Fitness Black Card. Access any location, bring a friend anytime, and recover in the Black Card Spa.
One more, everybody.
We're all strong on this planet. Planet Fitness.
Back at Smiths Station for the kickoff. Exactly a minute and a half left in this first half. The kick sails deep. It's going to be caught and bubbled. And Sexton has it. He gets away from one defender. He tries to get him the edge over here. He's going to get up, and he's going to get out to the 20-yard line. So Luke Sexton, after a muff of the kick, Paxton, able to pick it up and still get a decent return and get Smiths Station out to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and that's already 3 or 4 times now that a Smiths Station player has mishandled the football. So you got to think that's going to be a point of topic before during halftime in the locker room.
Absolutely. You got to secure the football, especially in a game like this. Auburn leads 14-0. Smiths Station at the 20. They have had a lot of success on the offensive side of the football tonight, but they have just not been able to keep a drive sustained. A minute 20 left in this half. The give. And that ball looked like it almost came out again, Paxton. I don't know if you saw that or not, but it kind of got turned lengthwise instead of cradled away there, and that's dangerous to carry it that way. And that was Trayvon Key on the carry, and he gains about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down 7.
I'm waiting for Smiths Station to take a shot downfield because they don't have much time left here in the first half. If you're a coach, ideally, you want to get at least some points on the board here.
You would like to, absolutely. One thing about this offense, the wing T offense is not a quick strike offense normally. And it's a little difficult sometimes if you need plays that like big chunk plays like that. Thomas rolls out, gets the pass off. It's intercepted, and he's going to be untouched into the end zone, a pick 6. And that is Cortez Cooks. The junior defensive back stepped in front of that one, and nobody in front of him. It was an easy 20-yard interception return, and that is absolutely not what Smiths Station wanted right there, Paxton.
Not at all, and you got to give all the credit in the world to Cortez Cooks there. I mean, just read the quarterback's eyes perfectly. And the thing with Cohen, the quarterback for Smiths Station, is he looked at receiver the entire way. So, I mean, that's as easy as it gets if you're a defensive back.
Yeah, and he was getting pressure also and had to get rid of the football. Bad snap, and the kick is going to be good anyway. The holder did an excellent job right there. The snap skipped, and he picked it up like a shortstop and was able to get it on the tee, and Daniels boomed it through anyway. So 21-0 here, and 2 quick scores from Auburn really could be backbreakers for this Smiths Station team this late in the half.
Absolutely, and if Smiths Station's not going to try to pass it, honestly, I'd probably just take the knee, go on to halftime, and try to come back in the second half to get the offense rolling again. Auburn really has figured out that wing T run, and so Smiths Station is going to have to figure something else out on offense that'll work for them to start marching down the field again.
27 seconds left in the half. Don't forget, folks, it's almost halftime. Join Richard Holdridge for the Halftime Update Show brought to you by the Beck Center. We'll go there when we go to halftime, and you'll get caught up on all the games around. We got 6 live streams going tonight, folks. 6 of them here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And we're proud to be able to bring you all of this action. And thanks to our presenting sponsors, Glenn Smith Chevy GMC, Kinetic Federal Credit Union, Houston Clinic, and Coca-Cola. And the kick is going to sail. This one's going to go into the end zone. And so no time will come off the clock, and Smiths Station will take over with 27 seconds left in the half at their own 20-yard line. Smiths Station band over there, the Auburn band here, will perform first. They have the traditional band helmets with the big plume on the top. Cohen Thomas, I think he's missing somebody, and there he comes. Jeremiah Black getting onto the field.
You got to hurry up, though. Only got 6 seconds on the clock.
And now it's going to be a timeout. Personnel issues there. And normally, I believe, Paxton, Trayvon Key would have been out there. I'm trying to find him on the sideline over there. I'm wondering, and I know Smiths Station is hoping that he is not injured, but I just found him, and he does not have a helmet on. So that might not be good news for the Panthers.
Yeah, definitely something to keep an eye on. Trayvon Key has been having an incredible game for the Panthers so far on offense. Had that big tackle on defense as well. So definitely a key player that we're going to want to keep our eyes on.
He's standing up about the 45-yard line and has no helmet, has a water bottle in his hand. I don't know what that means. But here we go. Smiths Station is going to put it in play. 27 seconds left at the 20-yard line. Cohen Thomas. The give up the middle. Sexton is going to be grabbed. And big number 99, Carnell Jackson, grabbed him as he came through the line. Got a decent gain there. Looks like about 3 yards. And second down, but Luke Sexton couldn't get away from the big man.
No, and you know, I've hit on it earlier tonight, but Auburn's defensive front up there has really caught on to that wing T eye candy. So, once again, Smiths Station's going to have to figure something else out on offense.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the final play of the first half. It is Auburn 21, Smiths Station nothing. We're going to go away, and when we come back, you'll be with my man, Big Rich, for the halftime highlights show live from the Beck Center. And we will be back for the second half here in Smiths Station on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
What's up, everyone? Thrift Behringer here with Masterwall CEO C. Smithwick. They're one of our first sponsors. We didn't even know what sponsors were 4 years ago when I was doing this off my phone. Thank you so much, C, for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Oh, it's something that was needed for so long in the Valley, and me with my history of being a coach and all. Love to support it. You do a great job with that. Even when you were doing it on your phone, it was great.
I appreciate it, man. And again, we wouldn't be able to cover the 50 different high schools and all the different sports without Masterwall and different businesses like yourself. But you're also a coach and now a award-winning author. We have Believer, Bulldog, and Coach. You can get on Amazon right now. You were the winningest basketball coach in Calvary history. What was the mindset behind writing this book?
Well, it's, I kind of treated it as a ministry, and I treat our business as a ministry. Loved what I did as a coach, working with those young guys and trying to set an example and point them in the right direction, and kind of do the same thing with business. So, you got to build it with a lot of good people around you, the right support group, and once again, I call it a ministry because that's the way I see it.
You can get this award-winning book right now on Amazon, and it's going to tell the whole story of C. Smithwick from being an award-winning coach and a Hall of Famer and having the court named after him and then building this incredible business. I can't wait to dive into it, Coach.
Good. Hope you enjoy it. It's about never giving up. So that's what a coach needs to know. It's what an entrepreneur needs to know.
The name of it is Believer, Bulldog, Coach, right now on Amazon. And thank you again to C. Smithwick and Masterwall for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Thanks for having me.
Hello, everybody. This is DJ Jones with the Sports Visions Morning Show for the best in local, regional, and national sports news. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
You can find the Sports Visions Morning Show on Facebook, YouTube. Also, you can listen to us on Apple and Spotify by typing in the Sports Visions Morning Show, and download the Sports Visions radio app right now in your app store today.
Sports Vision 92.1. We are your hometown sports guys.
Whether you're building your business or finding your dream home, G2 Real Estate is with you every step of the way. Commercial or residential, our mission is the same, turning your vision into reality. With experience, insight, and a commitment to your success, we're more than brokers, we're your partners. G2 Real Estate, building futures one property at a time.
Houlihan serves fresh, handcrafted dishes made just the way you like them. Juicy burgers, sizzling steaks, crisp salads, and shareable appetizers set the table for every appetite. Relax with friends, celebrate special moments, or enjoy a casual night out. Houlihan delivers great food, great drinks, and great times. With 2 locations in Columbus, downtown at the Marriott Hotel and on Sidney Simons Boulevard at the Doubletree Hotel.
first-year coaches, Smitty Grider for Pacelli and Ian Headley for Brookstone. Brookstone currently ranked 3rd in the GIAA. Pacelli is ranked 9th, so a win against their crosstown rival would really help their resume. And they kind of want to bring that jug back to Pacelli. I know right now Brookstone has had it for a year. I mean, it's a big deal down there at Max Strong Stadium. This is one of the most intense rivalries in Columbus. And we'd like to welcome our Smiths Station audience, TC Brittenfield Panther Stadium, as the Auburn Tigers lead the Smiths Station Panthers 21-0. Smiths Station with a lot of confidence after picking up their second win last week against Jag. And Auburn trying to lick their wounds after losing to Central at home 36-0 last week. And Auburn has played Smiths Station very well down at TC Brittenfield Panther Stadium. And so definitely want to keep an eye on that game. All right, we had some Thursday night action last night in Griffin. Northside loses to Griffin 60-14. 46 unanswered points by the Griffin Bears, who pushed their record to 6-2. And Northside hosting Stars Mill on Thursday night at Kinnett Stadium. Columbus goes to 6-1 as they win that trophy and they win the Midtown Showdown from Hardaway that won it last year at Otis Spencer Stadium. Columbus will play Kendrick next week, and Kendrick's on a bye. They're 4-3. Hardaway is 0-7 as first-year coach Will Weldon still trying to get his first victory of the season. They'll have an opportunity to do that next Thursday as they will take on 0-7 Jordan. So something's got to give. One of those teams is going to get their first victory of the season. All right, let's go ahead and swing it to Calvary Westfield, 16-7. We actually have a light schedule tonight for the 15 schools we cover because you got Shaw on a bye, Spencer's on a bye, Kendrick's on a bye, and Jordan's on a bye with the Muskogee County, the fall break. And we cannot wait until the slate of games that we happen to have for you next week. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what's on the slate for next week. Thursday night, we've got Jordan. They're at home against Hardaway. Northside hosting Stars Mill. So it looks like that Hardaway-Jordan game is going to be at Otis Spencer Stadium. Northside is going to be hosting Stars Mill at Kinnett Stadium. We have the Columbus Blue Devils, 6-1, taking on the Kendrick Cherokees. This game is going to be at Otis Spencer Stadium. And then the Shaw Raiders, 1-6, taking on the 3-4 Spencer Green Wave. Both teams on a bye this week. Harris County is hosting Central Carrollton. And Central Carrollton, one of the top teams in 4A, they are undefeated. Brookstone's on the road, taking on Westfield School. Calvary's on the road, taking on Strong Rock. We're going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we got more score updates. It's the Georgia Alabama Sports Live halftime update show presented by the Beck Center.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
At Planet Fitness, there's strength in numbers. The number of different workouts to do.
1, 2, 3. Woo!
Different clubs to do it in. Friends to do it with.
Looking good, everybody. Yeah, we are.
And the number of ways to recover from it all.
You got this, come on.
And it all adds up to one membership. the Planet Fitness Black Card. Access any location, bring a friend anytime, and recover in the Black Card Spa.
One more, everybody.
We're all strong on this planet. Planet Fitness.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Carol Purdue in Phoenix City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Great day for a new Chevrolet from Glenn Smith in Opelika. Silverado and Colorado trucks ready to roll. Get going in a powerful new full-size Chevrolet Silverado with discounts up to $13,500 off. Drive away in the midsize Chevy Colorado, ready for work or play. Discounted up to $4,000 off. People from all over the USA are going to Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Get ready to drive and get ready to smile.
And welcome back to the Georgia Alabama Sports Live halftime update show presented by the Beck Center. We want to thank Roger Beck for allowing us to be in the new state-of-the-art facility, the Center for Academic and Athletic Excellence, and we appreciate the support from Roger Beck here at Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We've got a light schedule of games this week due to the fall break. We've got several Muskogee County teams that are on a bye, but they will be back in action, and I'm going to continue running down the score of the games that we have right now. We do have a score update in that Harris County Stars Mill game in the fourth quarter. Stars Mill now leads Harris County 14-12. So that is a game to keep an eye on. And we also have a game that is in the third quarter as well. Brookstone, 2 field goals so far, but they trail Pacelli 14-13. Definitely want to keep an eye on that one. Start of the third quarter, Glenwood's at the half, and they are actually leading 29-8. So that's another game that we got an update on. And let's get you an update on that Carver-Sumter County Day game down in Americus. Start of the fourth quarter, Carver is in the most close contested game they've had all season. Both teams undefeated. Both teams are top in 2A. This is one of the biggest games in the entire state of Georgia, and Carver leads off a safety 2-0 over Sumter County in practically a monsoon as the rain just keeps coming down and they can't pass the football, and it is just a muddy mess down in Americus. All right, let's take a look. Calvary, Westfield School. Calvary, third quarter, trying to get a score update as they do lead Westfield 16-7. I'll definitely keep an eye on that one. And then at the half, Auburn leading Smiths Station 21-0. Let's take a look at next week's schedule. We got 2 games on Thursday night as Northside hosting Stars Mill at Kinnett Stadium, and Jordan 0-7, trying to get their first victory for the first time in 5 years, hosting the Hardaway Hawks, who are also 0-7, and would love to see one of those teams get their first victory of the season. Also, on Friday, we've got Columbus, who's 6-1, and they are taking on Kendrick. By the way, we just got a score update, and the Brookstone Cougars, they have taken the lead on Pacelli. How about that? Brookstone now leads 19-14, and that is in the third quarter. Brookstone trying to keep that jug on the campus. Pacelli's got some other plans, and one of the things that this is a very significant game. They both played each other in volleyball earlier this afternoon, so I know the fan bases, they got a little time to try to focus on this game. Some of the people that were up in Rome made the trip down to Columbus for this matchup. And so let's go ahead and get back to some of the scores from for next week. Shaw is hosting Spencer, both teams on a bye. Harris County hosting Central Carrollton, which is one of the top teams in the entire state of Georgia. Brookstone is on the road in Perry, taking on Westfield School next week. Calvary Christian on the road in Locust Grove, taking on Strong Rock. Pacelli taking on GHSA Class 1A Division I opponent out of Ashburn, Turner County. And Glenwood on the road, taking on Lee Scott. Russell County's on a bye this week. They got the big matchup for the region title against Pike Road next week at Corbett Stadium in Seal, Alabama. And Smiths Station is going to be on the road taking on the Dothan Wolves. So we've got a huge slate of games next week as the regular season's almost coming to a close. As we hit the month of October, it'll be gone before you know it, and then we'll have playoffs. And there are several teams that can make a big playoff push. Don't forget to watch the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show every Sunday night and every Wednesday night. Sunday night show, myself, Thrift Behringer, we will drop the football rankings. It's time to ruffle some feathers. We might got some movers and shakers coming up this week. And will Carver remain number one? We will find out on Sunday night. And we're going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we got more score updates here on the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Halftime Update Show presented by the Beck Center.
Imagine making your dreams a reality, achieving your goals and aspirations, and having a financial partner that understands your dreams never sleep. At Kinetic Credit Union, we're more than just a bank. We're 40,000 members strong with local service, personal connections, and a nationwide network. Leading-edge technology to help you make financial decisions easier, smarter, and safer. We are Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
And we are back. Panther Stadium, TC Britton Field here in Smiths Station. It is Auburn 21, Smiths Station nothing here as we are about ready to start the third quarter of action. And Paxton, the difference in the ball game right now is turnovers. Smiths Station has turned the ball over 2 times, one of those being a pick 6, and a little bit of a mistake-prone game for the Panthers. Just some kind of minor mistakes, but just awful timing. And trying to get themselves back into the game, they tried to run a pass play toward the boundary, and it was picked off for an easy pick 6. And Auburn took the 3-touchdown lead on that play. And now the bad news for Smiths Station is Auburn gets the opening kick of the second half.
Yeah, and Auburn, complete air raid offense so far. 2 runs. We were just talking about it a minute ago. They've only ran the ball twice so far. One of those
was a touchdown.
Yeah, one was a touchdown, and then the other one was just a little sweep to get a first down off 4th down conversion. But you got to think, it all started 0-0. Smiths Station fumbled driving on their own 30-yard line.
Yes.
And that's really when it all started. And so Smiths Station, they're trying to figure out something new on offense. Auburn's defense has really caught up to it, that wing tee. And so I'm expecting to see maybe a couple screen passes here and there from Cohen Thomas, but something's got to give for Smiths Station if they want to stay in this ballgame.
Well, that's been their difficulty all year, Paxton. This is a much, much improved Smiths Station team, and their offense has done a good job. They have moved the football tonight, but one thing they lack so far is a quick strike ability. They just can't get – they don't have enough horses, I don't think, yet to get a big play downfield. It's difficult in this offensive scheme to do it, but it's also difficult when you can't maybe get the quarterback enough time to stand there and go through reads and find a receiver downfield. Squib kick to start. It's on the ground, and Auburn's going to go down with it at the 30-yard line. And that's where they'll start as the Tigers come out with a 3-touchdown lead to begin this second half. Carson Myers has been excellent running the offense for Auburn, and as we said, only 2 running plays the entire first half. He's going to have to ice that shoulder after this game. It's almost like pitching a 9-inning baseball game.
Yeah, and Myers is, from my perspective, especially this year from the games that I've watched firsthand, he is spinning the rock better than I've seen anybody else do it so far. And
he is very comfortable.
Yeah.
He goes back to pass, gets away from the rush. Now you got a flag on the play. He's going to find a receiver downfield for a big play, but it's going to come back. I believe that's going to be holding on Auburn. And that's, Paxton, if you think about it, how many plays is this where Auburn had a big chunk play and it's come back on a holding penalty?
This has got to be close to the 4th one so far.
Right.
They really have shot themselves in the foot with these holding calls. These 15-yard penalties just completely negate a big play and any momentum that they might get off of those big plays.
Myers scrambled, did a great job that time, found his receiver, and it was going to be a big play over into Smiths Station territory, but instead they are back at the 20 now after the holding penalty, and it's going to be 1st and 20 for the Tigers. 2 receivers each way. Myers looks. Finds his man. He's hit immediately, but they're going to get almost 10 yards, if not 10 yards. They are. They're going to get exactly 10 yards back. They're going to get the penalty yardage back on that play. And it'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 30.
And again, that was Javaris Hill on the tackle. He's been everywhere, it seems like, tonight on this pass defense. So he's really on fire right now.
And, hey, a running play. Look at that. Up the middle. And that is going to be Jaden King on the carry for the Tigers. And he's going to get across the 40 up to the 42-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down now and about 3. They've got to get to the 40. And they're at the 37. A little short pass, 1st down and more. Nice move, but grabbed and tackled. That is Antonio Welch with a nice run after the catch there and over into Smiths Station territory. A nice play for the Tigers, and it'll be 1st and 10.
And Welch's touchdown was the one to draw first blood here in this game. That was the first one of the game. And, you know, we talked about it a little bit in the first half, but that duo between Antonio Welch and Askew, incredible duo. But, my goodness gracious, they've thrown to, it seems like every receiver they've got on their
around
depth chart.
very well. You're right. See if they take a shot here. Myers knows a little short pass across the middle. And there's another one of those receivers that's going to get a catch tonight, and that is Levi Kelly, the senior. And he makes a nice run after catch, and another first down for Auburn as they are driving quickly down the field, approaching the red zone here early in the third quarter.
If I'm not mistaken, that's 2 catches on his 3 targets that have come his way so far. Doesn't look like, though, that's going to be his last.
The fake. This is over to Welch, and Welch is going to be run out of bounds. And they are now in the red zone down to about the 16-yard line. Let's see if they put it down at the 16 or the 15. The ball gets away from the officials there. They're going to put it down at the 16-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and about 4, maybe a long 3. Myers looks, throws over the middle, and that's going to be defensive holding. The receiver, that was intended for Cash Rafe there, and he was tangled up with Smiths Station's Aiden Van, and they're going to get Van for defensive holding, and that's going to give give Auburn a first down. I think Aiden just grabbed the arm of Rafe as he was getting loose there because he would have broken open. And probably, if there is such thing, Paxton, that's probably a good penalty there because that likely was going to be a touchdown pass.
Yeah, and I've always been somebody who said, you know, if your guy beats you, get the penalty. Give him the yards penalty instead of giving him the points.
Myers back to pass again, over the middle, complete, and into the end zone. And it's fitting that it was Antonio Welch. He was the highlight player on this drive as Auburn marched 70 yards for the touchdown. And that'll make it 27-0 for the moment as Daniels is on for the extra point.
And, you know, Mike, that was just nothing but a confidence drive. I mean, coming out of halftime and just firing on all cylinders was Cason Thomas. I mean, what are you going to do?
Myers booms that one over into the darkness, and it is 28-0 here at Smiths Station. 9:55 left in this third period. We'll take a break, and we'll come back for the kickoff on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
Back here at Smiths Station. And folks, don't forget, at the conclusion of tonight's game, when all of us are finished with our action, the action does not stop with our network here as the GIAA High School Scoreboard Show will be on live. Richard Holdridge, Thrift Behringer bringing it to you, presented by the Beck Center. Scores from all over Georgia on GIAA.TV and also the GIAA Facebook page. And that kickoff is going to go through the end zone. And, you know, that time it landed short of the end zone there, Paxton, but Smiths Station just content to let it go on in the end zone and go out and get it at the 20-yard line.
I don't blame them. I mean, we saw they tried to return one earlier, and I believe it was Sexton that muffed the kickoff, kind of hit off his chest. Luckily, he was able to get to the 20. But for Smiths Station, you got to avoid any sort of turnovers or mistakes here in the second half to even have a shot.
Absolutely. First time the Panthers have had the ball. They're down 4 scores now. Shift, a single wing this time. The give, and he has met. Maybe gets a yard, I believe. Was that Trayvon Key or was that Jeremiah Black? I didn't see the number. I know it was a single digit. That was Trayvon Key on the carry. And he's going to get a yard, maybe 2. They're going to give him 2 yards there. So 2nd down and 8 for the Panthers. You know, one thing, maybe a little gun shy on throwing the football, Paxton. Auburn has gotten good pressure. 1 big sack on Cohen Thomas tonight, but also the pick 6. They've had a tough time getting it off when they have been able to throw the football. Trayvon Key with another run. He breaks loose, but he's tripped up. Not going to quite get the yardage for the first down, but he's going to get up to about the 27-yard line there. Let's call it the 26-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 4 for the Panthers here, and a big play already in this 3rd period as they try to keep their drive alive.
And that seemed like the biggest yardage play that they've had since almost the end of the first quarter.
Yeah.
Really, it feels like. I mean, Auburn's defense has really figured out this offensive scheme from the Panthers.
They are stacking the box. 7 men up on the line of scrimmage. Key gets the carry. He's out over the 30. He's going to have the first down. So another good run from Trayvon Key up to the 31-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Panthers. So a good play there, and Key is down. I think he's just tired. But
yeah.
he also may have a cramp. He's trying to straighten out his left leg. And he's going to get up. Let's see. He's going to have to come out for a play. I believe he does have a cramp. Now he's going to jog it off. He looks okay. That's good news for Panther fans. First down from the 31-yard line. Luke Sexton has had a couple of good runs in the game tonight, but he has not been able to break loose like he was last week. 4 touchdowns last week and a huge night for the fullback. Thomas. The give is going to be to Jeremiah Owens. And he's going to get up to the 34-yard line, a gain of 3 there. It's going to be 2nd and 7 for the Panthers. Actually, they're going to back it up to the 33-yard line, so only a gain of 2, 2nd and 8 here for the Panthers.
And they're still going to the huddle, even though they're down 28, and it's the 3rd quarter, so they got to have some sort of rush to them. They got to get in the end zone here pretty quick, too, and then get the ball back, because Auburn right now, it just feels like they're controlling every facet of this game.
They run a stunt there. You might have seen the linebackers moving toward the line of scrimmage and shifting positions. The gain is up to the 36-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 for the Panthers. So another big 3rd down conversion here on this drive. Smiths Station was able to convert a moment ago. Let's see if they can do it again here on 3rd down. And a quick toss to Sexton. He has his legs hit, and he's not going to make the yardage for the first down. A good job. I didn't see who that was. I think it might have been number 25, the linebacker. That is Alex Gamston. Alex Gamston, I believe, got the legs of the running back. And that's going to bring up 4th down and about 3 yards, and Smiths Station is going to have to punt. So they had a play there, Paxton, but just a good defensive play thwarted it, and Auburn able to get a stop here, and they're going to get the ball back.
Yeah, and it's sort of like I said, coming back from halftime, I feel like Auburn's really got to, Smiths Station's really got to start, even if they got to implement screen passes, they've got to start getting the ball in the air, because this run attack is just getting thwarted every single time at the line of scrimmage.
So a false start here on the punt on 4th down is going to back them up 5 yards. And so the punt will come from the 33-yard line. Whale into punt, Hunter Whale. He's punted it away from the Auburn deep back every time tonight. He gets it off and he punts it away from him again. But he's going to pick it up on the bounce. He gets it at about the 32-yard line. That's going to be a 35-yard punt.
And there's some extracurricular going on.
There were bodies flying everywhere there. So Auburn will have it in good field position when we come back here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite, obey your thirst.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
And we're back at Smiths Station. Maverick McKinney was the injured player for the Panthers. And let's see. And there's a good defensive play, and they needed that. Smiths Station, Jeremiah Black comes up and breaks on that and thwarts what would have been a big play and a first down for Auburn.
And again, we saw that Casey Myers, he had plenty of room to run there.
He did.
But he's wanting to throw the ball as much as possible. And, I mean, with how he's been performing tonight, you can't blame him.
Absolutely.
He's really spinning the rock well.
2nd and 10. Tighter formation this time, but 2 receivers each way. 1 in motion. A blitz. Myers gets it off and is going to complete it for a short gain, but a gain nonetheless. And that is B.J. Collins on the reception. He's going to get across midfield. It's a gain only of, we'll call it 3 yards there, so it's going to be 3rd and 7. But Myers able to get that off with pressure right in his face.
And that was just an incredible effort and form tackle there by number 6, Hunter Brown there for the Panthers.
Myers looks out in the flat, complete. And this is going to be a first down, and that is complete again to B.J. Collins over there on the right side. There is a flag on the sideline over there. Let's see what this call is. Is it going to tack on to the end of the run?
But I say it looks like they might get him for a late hit.
That's a sideline warning, so no yardage. Sideline warning on the Smiths Station sideline. Somebody got in the official's way over there on the boundary. I was guilty of that a couple of times, Paxton. I know what that's like.
As a coach, do you really run into an official, or does the official run into you?
The official runs into you, and you're too close to the boundary, and they run into you as they come down the sideline. Another running play for Auburn, and this one's going to be positive yardage, but not a lot. Only a couple. And that was, I believe,
that was Jaden Huff there, number 0.
Number 0, Jaden Huff on the carry. Twins each way, one back in the backfield, and that back is Huff. Myers gets a play change from the sideline, barks it out to his guys. And he's back to pass. Looking, throwing, knocked away. Excellent play right there by Smiths Station's Hunter Brown. He knocked that one up in the air, Paxton. There was a chance that somebody could have either picked it off or the Auburn receiver could have caught it, but it was in no man's land there and fell to the grass. But a great play by Hunter Brown.
Yeah.
And here are whistles. We have a timeout, or do we have a
No, that looks like it was offside there.
Yep. Somebody stepped across the neutral zone for Smiths Station. The first one of those, I believe, we've had tonight.
Yeah, that was number 24, Jeremiah Owens, over there on the far side there on the defensive line. Just a little bit antsy, wanting to get to the quarterback.
So now Myers is out of the game. And a Wildcat. And that's going to be Jaden King, who takes the direct snap, and now we've got a flag. So the Wildcat formation, Jaden King takes the snap, and we've got a flag. It's going to be holding.
And you know, Mike, I'm a sucker for a good Wildcat play. When done right, I mean, it's such a good play, and that was done right, except for the hold that's going to back them up 15 yards.
And the Auburn coaches are not happy with the officials because that holding call was well behind the play and inconsequential to the success or non-success of the play, and they're not happy about it. But it's called nonetheless, and Auburn's backed up. It's going to be third down and about 13 now. And end around, and it's going to be short of the first down, as that is Antonio Welch coming around there and gets it down to the 25-yard line, where it's going to be fourth down and about 2.
And they've got Jaden King lined up at QB right now.
Yeah, and he's doing nothing but running the football. It's basically Wildcat plays every time. And he's going to get the first down, not by much, but he gets it. And now Kason Myers back into the game, and an injured player down on the field for Smiths Station. Let's take a quick Houston Clinic injury timeout. We'll be back in a moment on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And Aiden Van was the injured player for Smiths Station as we come back here to T.C. Britton Field. He's up and walked gingerly off the field. Hopefully he's okay. Kason Myers back in the game for Auburn. 1st and 10. Myers back to pass. Gets away from the rush. Now he's going to throw it downfield for the end zone touchdown. And that is Antonio Welch. And Myers, as he's done several times tonight, Paxton, he just bought some time, kept himself in position, kept his eyes downfield, found his receiver, and hit him perfectly with the football coming across at about the 2-yard line, and an easy touchdown for Auburn. And it's 34-0, and Daniel's on for the extra point.
And that's 3 now for Welch. Welch up to 3 touchdowns in the game, the trifecta. But I love what you're saying, the veteran prowess that Myers has to keep his eyes downfield when he rolls out, because a lot of times, especially at the high school level, you're gonna see quarterbacks kind of start to panic whenever they roll, so they're just gonna run. Myers, though, he's keeping his eyes on the play and he's scanning the field. He loves to start on the left side, but when nothing's open, he gets free, he escapes the pressure, and he finds his man cutting across.
Yep.
And that's that is what a good quarterback does.
And how many times is that tonight, Paxton, that he's had plenty of green in front of him, probably could have run for a first down, but chose to take the bigger play and get the ball downfield to one of his receivers. He had plenty of room to run there. He got away from the containment and probably could have picked up 15, 20 yards, but instead found his man for a touchdown and added points to the board for the Tigers. Excellent job by the QB. And he's only a junior. 6'2", 185, and he can spin it. And he has spun it a lot tonight.
He has.
Daniels ready to kick here. 3:13 left in this third quarter. And he booms it downfield, and it's going to be almost out of the end zone. That was his deepest kickoff of the night. That was about 9 yards deep in the end zone. Most of them have been landing a yard or two deep, but he got into that one. Got it almost to the end line. Smiths Station will be at the 20 again. And folks, don't forget to find us on social media. Make sure you follow Georgia Alabama Sports Live on all the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We got them all. And go and find us and follow us. Keep up with the things that are going on. We have interactive polls sometimes where people can get involved. We have our rankings of the week that people like to comment on. Smiths Station with the football. Luke Sexton, and he is smothered, hit right away. The first guy that got to his legs, Paxton, I believe, was number 46. Micah Bowersock got him around the legs, and then one of the other interior linemen got him up high. That might have been.
That was Colin King there.
Colin King, the big tackle, defensive lineman, 280 pounds, 6 foot 280, a junior. But the defensive end over there, Bowersock got the stand up with the legs stopped, and got the finish by Colin King. The give, cut inside. Jeremiah Owens is going to get across the 20. And he's going to get a couple of yards there, maybe over to the 21, 22-yard line. No, I am sorry. He's only going to gain the yardage that they lost back, and he gets as far as the 20-yard line. So I thought it was a little bit of a suspect spot there. I thought he crossed the 20. But the officials say no, so it's going to be 3rd and 10. Another 3rd and long play for Smiths Station. Auburn's defense has become stifling here in the second half. They have adjusted, like you said, in the second quarter, Paxton, they adjusted well, and they have continued to adjust. Thomas, the throw, complete to Trayvon Key, and he's going to get not quite enough yardage. Well, is he? Let's see where they spot him. They're going to spot him 1 yard shy of the first down, so it's going to be 4th and 1 here. And Smiths Station is going to keep the offense out here. This is risky, but they've just about got to, Paxton.
Yeah, they do, and I love seeing a throw play. I really do. Just keep it simple. Slants, screens, whatever it takes to move the ball, but handing the ball off, especially at this point in the game, just is not – it's not going to work.
And congratulations to Carver High School. They have just taken an 8-7 win over Sumter. And there's a play. That's going to get across the 30. That is going to be the first down. Smiths Station looks like they have an offensive lineman down. Hopefully he gets up over there, but the pile fell on him, and he is going to get up. That's good news. And so first down for the Panthers up to the 32-yard line. So a big 4th down conversion there for Smiths Station.
And something that I saw just before that play was Trayvon Key. He got up kind of gingerly, was sort of limping over to the sideline again. Looks like he might be trying to deal with some sort of injury.
Maybe a strain or something like that. I know one series late in the first half he was out altogether. The give to Owens around the left end. He's going to get a gain here, a nice gain before he's hit hard out of bounds over there on the boundary. He's going to get up basically to the 39-yard line. No, they're going to bring it back to the 38. So it's going to be 2nd and 4 here. And as we said, the Carver Tigers are going to clinch what's probably the region championship over at America Sumter tonight. That was live on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. They were down 7-2. They held a 2-0 lead until the fourth quarter. Sumter scored, was 7-2, and then Carver was able to get a score, missed the extra point, and they're going to hold on for the 8-7 win. And the thing about that is both teams came into that game averaging well over 40 points a game, those offenses. And that is going to be the final play of the third quarter. It's going to be 3rd and short for Smiths Station. When we return for the fourth quarter of action, we'll be back in a moment on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hello, everybody. This is DJ Jones with the Sports Visions Morning Show for the best in local, regional, and national sports news. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
You can find the Sports Visions Morning Show on Facebook, YouTube. Also, you can listen to us on Apple and Spotify by typing in the Sports Visions Morning Show, and download the Sports Visions radio app right now in your app store today.
Sports Vision 92.1. We are your hometown sports guys.
Back here at Smiths Station, 3rd down and 2. Ball sits at the 40-yard line of Smiths Station. They've got to get across the 42-yard line to keep this drive alive or to get a first down. It's probably 4-down territory once again for the Panthers. The give. Owens hit in the backfield. He's going to get across the 40 maybe. Let's see. They're going to give him the 41-yard line. They're going to give him a gain of 1. It's going to bring up 4th and 1 here for the Panthers. Good effort to get that much, Paxton.
I was about to say, that was a heck of an effort there by Owens to, as he was going down, stretch out the ball. That's a very risky play to do, but it paid off that time instead of, going back a couple yards and having a longer 4th down play. They got a couple inches here. So that really was a great effort there by Owens.
So 4th down, this will be the second attempt at a 4th down conversion for the Panthers. They were successful a little while ago. And a flag on the play, and that is a delay of game. Man, that was a quick play clock.
Yeah, it was, but again, that's what you run into. That's the danger that you run into when you huddle up like that every single play. Like it, as an offense, especially down, 5 scores, you got to have some sort of giddy up to. You can't huddle up, get your play call. Like you got to go, and that's what Auburn's been doing so good tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Smiths Station, definitely something that they could work on. It is a traditional wing tee offense, but it definitely can come back to bite you.
So Hunter Whale into punt for the Panthers. He's done a good job tonight. Bad snap. It's going to get away from him, and he's going to have to go down. All the snaps have been good tonight, but that one was about 1.5 yards short, and he was not able to field it clean and just had to go down on top of it before he got absolutely swallowed by an Auburn defender. And so good field position, really good field position for the Auburn Tiger offense at the 20. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the game tonight, late in the fourth quarter, we will name the Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game for tonight's contest. And looks like we have a new quarterback in the game, and that is going to be J.D. Pate, the sophomore for Auburn, is going to come in at the quarterback position. 1st and 10 from the 20. And he's going to hand it to his running back, and a good hit in the backfield. This play is going to go nowhere. That is Jaden Huff on the carry, and he's knocked down for a loss of a yard, and it's going to be 2nd and 11 from the 21-yard line. Clock running, 9:15 to go in this contest. And movement. It's going to be a false start on the Auburn offense. J.D. Pate again in at quarterback, the backup, sophomore. Looks like the starter, Kason Myers, is going to have the rest of the night off.
I would love to see Pate get a chance to sling the rock a little bit, because if he's anything like Myers, if they can get lucky and get another quarterback that can do that, Auburn, you better watch out for him.
Pate going to roll out to his left. He's running away. He's going to tuck it and run. And he's going to make some positive yardage over there. Hit hard on the boundary, and there's a flag coming in.
And you've almost got to think this is going to be a late hit right here.
Yeah, I believe he got hit as he stepped out of bounds. He's up and back in the huddle, though. Let's see. No indication yet. Personal foul, that is going to be a late hit. Personal foul on the sideline over there. Going to be half the distance, I believe. And it'll be first down for Auburn at the 9-yard line. So 1st and goal for the Tigers.
And Pate just did an incredible job showing off his wheels. Also has a great pocket presence, got out of trouble and made positive yards out of it.
A little front toss, and that's going to be dumped for a loss. And here's another flag late on that play. Let's see what happened there. That came after the play was over. And I believe that was Aiden Van on the tackle in the backfield. It is holding against Auburn. But, again, Paxton, they throw a flag and get a stoppage of play here on a holding call that had absolutely nothing to do with the play.
Yeah, on the complete other side of the field. Like, you can't do that if you're I believe they got that on the receiver. It's not even the lineman.
Yeah.
So, especially if you're a receiver, you cannot be holding on the other side of the field and get rid of those yards.
So they're going to decline this penalty, I believe, and take the loss of yardage and and the down instead of giving them the down over. So the loss was back to the 19-yard line. And that is going to make it 1st and goal from the 19. A little dump off, no good. He rolled to his right that time. And when you're a right-handed quarterback rolling to your right, it's hard to get your feet set and make the throw. And he was unable to make it to his tight end. And folks, don't forget, after the game, we're going to have the GIAA scoreboard show on the GIAA Facebook page and GIAA.tv. It's hosted by Richard and Thrift and presented by the Beck Center. They'll have every score from around the entire state of Georgia on the GIAA scoreboard show. Pate takes the snap. Out in the flat, complete. Receiver goes backwards, and now he's going to be smothered over there by the Panther defense. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and goal. So actually guess Paxton, they did take the penalty. because they got the down over.
B.J. Collins was trying to get something going there off the reception. He went one way, pivoted, went the other way, tried to pivot again. So nothing really going there. Expect a shot, though, to the end zone here. Oh, looks like we're going to have another false start, though.
Yep.
That was a false start there, Mike. So it's going to be 3rd and goal from outside of the 20-yard line.
So here we go. Auburn has kind of gone backwards here quite a bit. Paxton with some subs into the game. Pate going to take the snap. Drops back, looks, got pressure, gets away from it, looks downfield, has nobody. Going to keep running. He's got Green. He's inside down to the 10-yard line and finally goes down. He ran about 40 yards to get down to the 10. But a good job of keeping the play alive. And it looks like, are we going to have the field goal unit come out here? Yes, we are. Auburn is going to send the field goal unit out here. And Daniels.
And, I was watching Daniels pregame, and it looked like he might have been able to nail some from about 40 to 45. So this should really just be a chip shot for him.
This is going to be a 28-yard attempt. And it is up, and you're right. He's going to clear the end zone stands there. The kick is good. And that's going to make it 38-0. Clock is still running. So 38-0, and the clock will continue to run. So I guess they did agree for a running clock here, Paxton. We're already down near 5 minutes in this contest. And ladies and gentlemen, as we have the clock still, it finally stopped. Clock operator might have helped it a little bit there. 5:11 left in the game, but we're going to go ahead and name our Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game tonight. And Paxton, is really kind of a no-brainer when you see there were a lot of candidates, most of them wearing white jerseys tonight, but some good performances by Smiths Station as well. But the star of the game tonight, in my book, was Kason Myers, the Auburn quarterback.
I completely agree with you. It seemed like every time the ball left his hands, it was finding one of his receivers. And if it fell to the ground, that was a rare occurrence. Kason Myers, though, just completely deserving of player of the game here.
And that's going to be fielded inside the end zone, so it's going to be a touchback. Luke Sexton wanted to bring it out, but could not. But, yeah, Myers had just a tremendous night tonight, and we didn't keep up with things like strings of completions that he had, but, boy, he did a wonderful job leading this offense, keeping plays alive, finding his receivers, making great choices. He's just a junior. So look for big things out of Kason Myers coming up next year because he has the talent definitely to play at the next level.
Oh, for sure. And I wouldn't be surprised if he starts getting D1 offers or if he already has some.
He may already have some. I would venture to guess he probably does.
Yeah, because a kid that can spin the rock like he does in high school as a junior, that's rare. That's something special. And so who knows, maybe we'll see him in the state of Alabama at the college level.
And here's Trayvon Key breaking loose, and he's going to get out across the 30-yard line. First down for Smiths Station. Trayvon Key's had a nice night tonight, Paxton. He's been a little bit banged up, but that's another 10-yard run for him, and he had a couple of big runs in the first half. Smiths Station's just not been able to sustain it long enough to get to the end zone tonight.
Yeah, and they've been able to string together some nice plays and even some nice drives, but they just can't finish them off.
So the shift and the give. Luke Sexton up the middle. That's going to be a nice gain, about 7 more yards up to the 37-yard line. Sexton has had a couple of good runs himself. One of those was on a little toss to him, and he got around the edge, and then most of those have been of that variety right there, the run up the middle. And he's had a couple of pretty good chunk plays out of that, but for the most part, Auburn has kept him under wraps tonight. Second down and about 3 for the Panthers. The give, Jeremiah Owens. And he's going to have his legs cut, and here's a flag. And the offensive lineman, the side judge over here threw his flag, and I apologize, that's just humorous. The offensive lineman was coming across, and the official threw his flag, and it just landed right in the hands of an offensive lineman, and he tossed it back to the official. Instead of just dropping it right there, he tossed it back to the official. Just a little humorous exchange there, but that penalty is on Smiths Station. That's going to be a hold, and it's going to bring it back, and it's going to be second down and about 12 yards now for the Panthers. So I don't know if it was the guilty offensive lineman or not, but the official really did throw the flag straight to him. Hit him right between the numbers. The give, and here's whistles again. This is going to be a false start on Smiths Station. So
this really has been what's been killing Smiths Station all game, or these pre-snap penalties, these late hits, all these penalties that are easily avoidable, they've gotten. And, I honestly really feel like that right there is what's been killing these drives, like we were just saying. We're having these penalties, we're having these stoppages that are backing them up after they get 7 or 8 yards, and then make it to where they've got to get 25 yards. So, there's no success that's ever going to come from that, from any offense.
2:03 left in the game. Trayvon Key gets a hole, got a blocker, gets some extra yardage, going to get back up across the 30, so another nice gain. That's going to be about a 12-yard gain, I believe, for Trayvon Key. It's still going to be third and substantial yardage here. Third and about, let's see, we're going to call it 3rd and 6 here. So 3rd down 6 and another nice run for Trayvon Key. Down to 1:23 in the contest. Give up the middle. Sexton going to get up to the 40-yard line. That's going to be a first down, I believe. They do give him the spot up to the 40. And that'll be good enough for the first down. 1:05, and the clock runs. 1:04, it stops. Stops at 1:04 for them to set the chains. Correction, first down. The Panthers would like nothing more than to get a strike here and get it into the end zone, but they've got to go 60 yards to do it. The give, Jeremiah Owens around the right side, gets into the secondary. He's going to be knocked down about a yard short of the first down, about the 49-yard line. 35 seconds left in the contest as the clock moves.
And, I really respect Smiths Station for staying true to their playbook, staying true to who they are.
That's a trademark of Blair Harrison. He's going to do what he's going to do on offense, and he's going to teach it and coach it well, and he's done that here. It's just that they've made mistakes tonight. They had some opportunities in the first half, and they just kind of had this one get away from them once again. It's been kind of the story of the season in 2025 for the Panthers. A little reverse play. Owens loose in the secondary, and that's going to be the final play of the ball game, ladies and gentlemen, as Smiths Station is going to fall here at home to Auburn, 38-0, as the players line up to shake hands. Well, Paxton, Smiths Station did some good things tonight. The first half especially the first quarter and a half of the game, they were in this contest, and they were fighting for everything that they had. They were gaining yardage. They were getting chunk plays. But then the dominoes started to fall of those negative plays, the turnovers, the penalties, the untimely things happening that sometimes happen when you're having a season like this. It always seems to hit you in bunches, and that happened again tonight here for Smiths Station. And the Panthers take it on the chin again to Auburn. But got to hand it to this Auburn squad. They were disciplined tonight. They did a great job. Kason Myers just an incredible job at quarterback for the Tigers tonight. A great group of wide receivers. Spread the ball around, got multiple guys with multiple catches, and a big win for Auburn as they go to 4-1 in the region. Auburn now 6-2 overall, 4-1 in region play. They are in second place in the region. Smiths Station is going to fall to 2-6 and 1-4 in region play. And that's going to about do it for us here from Smiths Station on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Look us up. Make sure you know where we are next week, as we'll have a lot of big games next week. There's one right here close by in Russell County next week, as Russell County, undefeated Russell County, will meet Pike Road next week, and that could be for the region championship for the Warriors. So that'll be here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. You can bet on that next Friday night. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on a big night for Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We'll see you again next week right here on the network. Good night, everybody.